Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tonya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tonya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tonya R. Lewis.
Everybody, this is Tonya R. Lewis with the Diary of Dating Over 50. Y'all know I've been talking about this interview all week long. I cannot wait. Y'all, we have Monica Morton in the studios today, private detective, and she gonna introduce herself because y'all know how I say it. She can introduce herself better than I can.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Monica Morton. I'm a private detective of 28 years. I am considered the real Olivia Pope. I've worked over 7,000 investigations. I've worked over 1,000 surveillances. I'm also a human trafficking recovery agent, and I've done over 50 human trafficking recoveries and recovered over 5,000 men, women, and children.
Oh, my goodness. That is amazing.
I'm a busy sister.
Yes, you are. Okay, so we're going to dive right into this because I know y'all is just as excited as I am. People have been inboxing me, asking me all kind of questions. And I got some questions from some of my audience because I had posted on Facebook,
Nice.
What should I ask her? Okay, so the first question is, who or what inspired you to become a private detective?
Okay, so I have a true interesting story. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm from Cleveland.
Which is how we met on the shuttle bus going to the airport. Okay. But when I was 9 years old, I had just gotten a brand spanking new bicycle for my birthday. Now I was in Cleveland at a park. And this basketball rolls up to me, and this kid about 15, 16 years old, it was his basketball. So I thought I was being a lady, and I handed the ball back to him. He swatted it and stole my brand spanking new bicycle. And back then, now I'm in my 50s, but it wasn't no social medias, okay? So he stole my bike. I went home. I told my parents, and my mother said, well, you know, we're not buying you another bike. I said, take me to the library. She said, you are the most insane child. I said, don't argue with me. Take me to the library. I went to the library. I went through the yearbooks for every school in my county.
My gosh.
Found his photograph. Made my parents take me to the police department. I made them file a police report. I made them file a lawsuit. And the judge made his parents buy me a new bicycle. And I was 9 years old.
Oh my God. So you almost came out the womb.
Baby, when I tell you detective. Destined, I mean, I'm really doing what my God calling.
Oh my.
Yeah, this is what amazing. I was destined to do. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all heard the story. Okay. You heard it from her. Okay. So can you share your journey into your profession?
You know what? It's been an interesting journey. I just did a webinar with the students from Purdue University.
That you sat on a panel on.
And I sat on a panel.
Yes.
And that was one of the questions of why I was so excited about doing this panel, because I tell people, always do what you love.
Yes.
I've always loved crime. I've always had this intuition that's almost spiritual, where it's uncanny, where I can figure things out. And if I'm watching a crime show, I know who committed the murder, and I can always tell when things aren't right. So from that little 9-year-old incident, I went to college, and I was doing undercover work, became really, really good at that, and decided to get into law enforcement. Hated it.
Okay. She hated it.
I hated it. I just knew that I wasn't being as effective as I wanted to be. And at the time, my boyfriend was a police officer in DeKalb County. His roommate worked for the FBI. And he was like, you need to get your PI's license. Oh my God, I never thought about that. Checked into it, took the class, came out number 1 in my class.
Oh my.
Had 13 police officers in my class, and I came out number 1. And to this day, on the back of my certificate, my instructor, who was a retired homicide detective, he said, you're the one to watch.
Wow.
Went to work for a retired CIA agent who taught me everything about the business, which is why I'm not very good at what I do. I have to be honest with you, and I have to be honest with your audience. I am the damn best at what I do.
The best.
I promise you.
Wow.
I have a reputation from here to Pluto for being the best
She
at
on
what
Mars, y'all.
baby, for being the best at what I do.
Okay.
And I love it. I'd work for free if I could. That's how much I love what I do.
Well, one of my audience followers wanted to know, why did you pick me to tell your story to?
One, I loved your tenacity when I met you. And I really am a vibe person, which is also really helps me as a private detective, because it's funny. I've had judges, I've had prosecutors, I've had FBI agents, because with my work, I work with every division of law enforcement.
Absolutely.
Whether it's city, state, local, or even federal. I work with the DOJ, the FBI, whatever. And they always ask me, I had some cases where the FBI was like, please explain to us how you figured this out. We didn't figure this out. How did you figure it out? And it's intuition, it's vibe, it's energy.
Yes.
Loved your energy when I met you. Because see, if I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. I don't know how to be fake.
Y'all, we met on the shuttle bus.
On the shuttle bus. I don't know how to be phony. And I don't allow fake energy around me.
Yes.
And I liked your energy on the shuttle bus. And you contacted me because I was like, this sister probably like all the rest of these fake phony
she
folks
ain't know
in
me,
Atlanta.
did she?
She ain't gonna be about
I'm
her
from Cleveland,
business.
Ohio.
I am not gonna hear for her. But you did. You contacted me, and here we are.
Yes, yes. And the vibe was great. It was a shuttle full of people, and they were all in our conversation.
They was laughing and hollering, laughing at us. They was like, look at this. It was good.
It was a good day, and I almost didn't make that shuttle.
But see, I'm one of these people that I don't believe in luck.
No,
I believe in divine intervention. God will always have you where you need to be for whatever the purpose is.
And you know,
so we were supposed to meet that day.
We were supposed to meet.
Yeah,
and I know that I'm in my purpose sitting here with you. I got all these spirit bumps, y'all. That's what I call them. I call them spirit bumps when the Holy Spirit is in the room.
I love that.
Yes. Okay.
I love that.
Okay. So let's move on.
Okay.
All right. You said this one, you went through formal training, but you got training from a CEI. That was one of my questions. But can you share a particular memorable case that highlights your skills as a detective? Just one of them. She gonna get a go.
Two of my favorite cases out of this over 7,000 cases that I've ever worked, there's only one that I've had to walk away from in my 28-year career. And it was a police corruption case.
Ooh.
Where a gentleman had reported that his vehicle had been stolen. And so going through the normal investigative procedures, I went to, because he said he was at it was a football game. He's at a football game, came out in his Escalade and the boat was missing.
The boat, he had a boat
hooked up to it. So the Escalade and the boat missing, right? Okay, we're in an era of digital information. So nowadays,
it's
hard.
It's hard to get away with murder.
You leave fingerprints everywhere. They've got tag tracers. They've got DOT cameras. You got business cameras, ring cameras. You can't get away with nothing.
Why do people think they can kill or something and get away with it?
It's fascinating to me. So what ended up happening is that I was able to pull all the video documentation, right? So when I was able to see he purposely parked in a dead spot where there were no cameras, that was intentional and I knew it. So something said, go and get a copy of the police report. Well, I'm a detail person and I noticed who the intake officer was. It was a female. Didn't think anything odd about it. So happened to correspond and find out in the process of the investigation that his girlfriend was a police officer and happened to check to see what her name was. It happened to be the name
who took the report.
Check the duty roster. She wasn't even on duty that day.
Wow.
Okay. So I'm starting to smell a little funky. Starting to smell a little funky. So what ended up happening, it was a police chop shop corruption ring.
Wow.
And I figured it out. And the next thing I know, here comes the FBI. They're like, oop, you did a great job.
Oh,
We're going to have to take this one from you, Sugar Muffin. And they did.
took it from
they
you.
took the case from me.
You didn't get the accolades
But
from it.
girl, I figured it out.
But
Okay. So they man came and took it, but your girl figured it out. But it's those kind of cases that really, I mean, they were calling me like, how did you figure this? Because most people would have never looked
they wouldn't even think about the report
they
that
wouldn't
the
have thought
lady,
about
the female.
the report. They wouldn't have thought about any of that, checking to see. But see, that's good investigative work because everything is not always what it appears. We know that from the O.J. Simpson situation.
Yes, yes.
You can fabricate evidence.
Yes.
So that's why when people be saying follow the facts, look, these days you can literally interfere with the facts.
Yes, yes.
So you really have to be thorough with what you do.
Yes.
The other case that I worked was this very, very, very wealthy family out of Virginia had called me and they said, our daughter is getting married. She's marrying a doctor. And the father says, something ain't right. We don't know what it is, but we just want to make sure he's legit before they get married. So the parents had bought them this multi-million-dollar house here in Atlanta. They are they're horse people. You know, they got the what's that horse race they do with the champion,
the derbies
horse,
and all that. Yes, yes.
Those kind of people. Multimillionaires with these racing horses and bibbity bop. So they hired me, right? So I watched her. She dropped him off at Emory Hospital. I sat there and I watched her drop him off. He went in one door, and as soon as she left, he came out the other one.
So, the West Coast where he was supposed to be a doctor.
Okay. So I follow him.
Interesting.
He goes and he sits at the Starbucks for hours, right? So, of course, I go and I check with the school. He's not registered there as a medical student at all.
Wow.
2 years he had been faking that he was in medical school. 2 years. Girl, let me tell you how good he was. That's why I tell women, y'all got
that question is coming. It's coming up.
Y'all got to wake up and smell the coffee. 2 years. He was so committed to this fraud. He had a skeleton in their apartment.
What?
Studying with anatomy books all over. He's studying to be a doctor.
He might as well just go be a doctor. That's a lot of work.
Girl had a skeleton in the apartment.
Wow.
So busted him. Come to find out, he had told her that his parents were dead. That's why nobody was coming to the wedding. He didn't have any family.
Oh, he
had a mom and daddy down in Podunk, someplace, Georgia. They were poor, didn't have any money, which is why he didn't want them to come to the wedding and all this kind of stuff. So what ended up happening is I had to tell, the parents, he's a fraud. He's a complete fake. And see, he was doing all of that because she was uber wealthy.
Wow.
It was a hot mess. So what ended up happening is they said, Monica, we can't tell her. We got to hold an intervention. So they did. So they said, you have to tell her. So they told her that I was a wedding consultant. So I was like, Sweet Pea, I'm not a wedding consultant. I'm a private detective. I said, I'm so sorry to have to share this with you. I said, but your fiance is a complete fake. He's a complete fraud. I said, he's not in medical school. He's been lying for 2 years. Before I could get the 2 years out, she fainted. Bam! Fainted flat in front of everybody.
Wow.
Bam.
Wow.
So he walks in the door. He sees his fiance laid out on the floor. The mom and daddy screaming. The three brothers is there.
It's messy now.
As soon as he came through the door, he looked at all of us and took off.
Turned around because he knew exactly what it was.
They caught him. And when I tell you, I don't advocate violence, but girl, they whooped his butt.
Wow.
But I tell you, the thing that made me proud is that 2 months later, she called me and she said, would you meet with me? And I did. And she said, I just want to thank you. She said, because I was so in love with him that I would have never figured any of this out. She said, just thank you. So those kind of cases, that made me feel proud. Because
you saved her from a lot.
2 years.
Oh, yeah. And then he probably
wasn't
even, he wasn't signing no prenup or nothing.
None of that.
Okay.
She was so in love with him. I was like, that must have been something happened special behind the closed doors, because I swear I didn't see that.
Behind the closed door.
I mean, he was cute, but he wasn't that cute.
Oh, something else was cute.
Girl,
okay. Next question.
Okay.
Okay. So how has your profession influenced your views on relationships and trust.
Oh, Jesus, Father, there's not enough time. You know what? I'm a keep it real girl.
Keep it
I really,
real.
really
Keep
am.
it real with Tonya R. Lewis.
I'm in my 50s.
Mhm.
Would love to be married. I've never been married. And I don't have any children. I've been engaged. And the love of my life ended up passing. He was a police officer, which is what I shared with you guys earlier, but he died of leukemia. Broke my heart. And you know, I've been dating. That was like, 15 so years ago. But let me tell y'all something. It's a monster out here. Do you hear me? The games, the deception, the dishonesty, the foolishness that I see makes it really, really hard. And I tell women this all the time. If you think he's cheating, he is.
He is. So my girlfriend wanted to know, do you investigate your potential suitors?
No.
You don't?
No, ma'am.
You don't?
No, ma'am.
Before you date them?
No, ma'am.
Why? Tell me why.
Because if I feel something, then I know it's something there, and I'm not wasting my time.
So you don't investigate?
No,
them?
ma'am.
Have you ever investigated?
Oh, sure.
A lover?
Oh, sure. But when I was younger, yes. But when you mature, when you know better, you do better.
Yes.
And you have to learn. You do. And if I feel something's not right, and I tell guys that, and usually when they find out that I'm a private detective, one of three things happens.
I can imagine.
I either don't never hear from them again.
That's what I thought.
They gone, girl. Never hear from them again. Or they start confessing everything.
They tell you everything.
Oh my God, everything. They start confessing everything.
Look, I failed the first grade.
I promise you. Or three, we proceed and they get intimidated by my life.
Oh wow.
That happens a lot.
You know what? I can see that. If I was dating a private investigator,
Happens a lot.
Because I got some skeletons out there in my closet.
Happens a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've worked my ass off. My mother and father really instilled the importance of my father used to say all the time, you cannot and I will not let you be just a pretty face. You need to be bringing something to the table. Thank you, sweetie. You need to be bringing something to the table in your marriage. He used to say that to me as a little girl. I want you to be smart. I want you to be self-sufficient. I don't want you to be where you are depending on somebody else to make you happy or provide your livelihood. So that's why I'm so, tenacious and hardworking. I have my own. I don't need somebody for financial reasons. I just don't. God has blessed me. My company does very, 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 very well.
That's 0.0000000.
Very, very, very.
0.000.
Very, very, very. So I don't need somebody for that. And that can be a challenge to a lot of men because they get intimidated by that. And I don't understand that. Yeah. Because come on now. Every woman, we should all be bringing something to the table. It can't just be coochie and a cute face and a big old booty. It cannot be.
No, it has to be more.
It has to be more than that.
Because you know what? I like to cook for a man.
I do too.
Oh, I like to cook, but I like to have on a little bitty shirt and probably some thongs. Or no panties.
Do all of that right there. But
we got a question up there. She doesn't investigate them. No, she don't. Joyce, hi BFF. No, she don't investigate them. Because you know what? My thing is, you might see something in his past and he's not like that anymore. And it can ruin the relationship, that there's a relationship. And you know what? Here you are. We are two beautiful African-American women. You had parents that instilled.
Absolutely.
My parents were alcoholic and heroin addicts.
Oh, wow.
But one thing for sure, my mother, no matter how hungover she was, she went to work. So that taught me my grind.
A work ethic.
My work ethic is powerful.
Yeah.
I get it. And you had parents that kept pushing you and pushing you.
But you know what? I'll tell you something that I noticed with a lot of women. I travel all over the world. I speak all over the world. Women have the tendency to ignore the red flags. And it drives me insane because you can't want a relationship so badly. And what I've noticed about this society makes women feel like if you don't have a man or you're not in a relationship, there's something wrong with you.
Yes.
It's nothing wrong with us.
Right.
It is nothing wrong with choosing.
And I'm glad you said
with
that.
choosing you.
Because my last fiance, I seen the red flag.
I'm telling you, and
I seen them. They were bright as they were so red. They was redder than this lipstick I got on.
Can I tell you a statistic that's gonna blow your mind and it's gonna blow the audience's mind?
Mm-hmm.
When a man calls,
look right there.
When a man calls my office,
look, y'all.
100% of the time, he will see the investigation through. When a woman calls my office and she suspects her lover, male or female, 99% of the time she backs out.
Wow.
She backs out. Men want the answers. They want to know, and women don't.
We don't want to know.
It blows
but let me tell you something.
How often it happens. Well, I'm just like, what is wrong with y'all? And I mean, and they can have clear signs.
Well, when I had those clear signs,
they'll back out.
When I had those clear signs, and my thing was, I got caught up in the fantasy of marriage.
Absolutely.
You know, I was planning the marriage. I had all this good stuff, you know, because I'm a model. Y'all know I was changing about 5 times. Okay. But I was more concerned with my family and friends that had spent so much money. And my little sister looked me in my face. And my little sister is something else. She was like, bitch, you better get out of that. We don't care about that money.
Yeah.
Do not marry that man.
I've been engaged twice and I broke both engagements because I knew when you look at the forever, when you look at this is the person that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life, if that's 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, you have to know this is somebody that if they never change, that I'm still going to be committed to. I'm still going to want to love, feed into, pour into, and grow with.
So you do want to get married.
You
do want to, yeah.
But it just has to be the right person.
Yeah,
and until that happens.
Well, tell us who is your person? Tell us something. Audience, check this out.
So, you know what? I just actually ended a relationship. I'd been in a relationship for 2 years with a retired professional athlete. Love him dearly, miss him. But he has never learned 2 things. Iconic professional athlete. Love him dearly. But he's invested in his kids because he's a divorcee. But he has never spent any time on his own personal development.
Wow. He is a
those
things that he need to change.
Child
that he hasn't changed.
He has never invested in his own personal development, and he is so behind of where he should be because he's never learned how to make himself a priority.
Wow. And personal growth and
let me tell
digging
you what,
into your soul.
People
and
don't understand
things.
The importance of personal growth. See, I've looked at my stuff, and I mean, I say this all the time. I tell my friends I like to get bucket naked.
Me too. In more ways than one.
Where you see everything, the dimples, the cellulite, everything. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm going to tell you how I feel, what I want, what my concerns are, what my challenges are. What I should be able to be bucket naked with you. And if you can't get bucket naked with me, we got a problem.
And you know what,
even
Monica,
if it's fears.
At our age, we should be able to say anything.
Everything.
And ask for anything.
Absolutely.
And ask you what you want about anything.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something. He said something to me one day that dropped me to my knees. Had been married for 16 years until he got a divorce. He said, I don't think I knew what love was until I met you. I said, how in the planet have you been married for 16 years? He said, now I look at it, I'm realizing that she just wanted to be a player's wife. She was a player's wife, an NBA player's wife, right? She was trophy wife. Never pouring into him, never feeding into him. So here he is, like I said, 16 years later, he meets me. You know, he got his amazing accolade. I sent him 24 roses. He was like, babe, I've never had a woman send me roses in my life. Well, you know what? that's to your detriment, because who could not be with you and not want to show you
That
in whatever capacity if they care for you and they love you. But a lot of little things that I would do, I'm a card person. Always, every time I see him, I would always give him a card. Always, always.
Yes.
He's probably got 5,000 cards.
What's your love language?
Quality time.
Yes. Yeah.
And then touch.
Ooh, touch me, baby.
Come on now.
Touch me. Touch me.
See the touch, not the touch, girl. The touch. The touch comes under that quality time. Yes. But I'm telling you, when you don't make time, and that was the other problem that we had.
Didn't make time.
And
my mother would always say,
crazy.
"You make time for what you want and who you want to be with."
Let me tell you what. Don't play them games.
Yes.
Because see, women to be like, well, he's so busy. He's
no. You'll make time if you want to see me.
You will make time if you want to see me. Yes. I don't squeeze into your schedule. We don't do that because you don't squeeze into mine.
Busy. We both busy.
Girl, I'm so busy. It is ridiculous.
Got to make an appointment.
But I make time for the person that I care about.
Absolutely.
And it's just been hard to find somebody who can handle my lifestyle, not intimidated by it, because it happens all the time. I shouldn't have to hide where I live, how I live, my vehicles, all of that foolishness. I remember dating this one guy, and the first time he came to my house, I never heard from him again. And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? And he was like, you live in this big old house by yourself? Sure do. I am not a trust fund baby. Okay. I have worked my ass off to have this, boo. Yeah. So what?
Okay.
Don't, if you intimidate, what am I supposed to do with that?
Okay. Let me ask this question. What role do dating apps or online platforms play in your dating life? She always let you know where she's staying with her. That's one of your people. That is Miss
Marissa.
Yes. Hi, Marissa.
Hey,
Thank
girl.
you.
How you doing? I love you, girl. Thank you for coming tonight.
Marissa commented on one of my posts. I was like, this must be one of Monica's
she's amazing.
friends.
I love Marissa. All but right. I'm gonna tell you two funny stories about these damn date naps.
Okay.
So I said, Jesus, I'm tired of waiting on you.
Okay.
I was like, Jesus, I'm just tired.
You're taking too long.
Look, I love me some Jesus. He's everything to me.
But sometimes we need to help him along.
I said, I am sick of waiting on you. I've been trusting and waiting, and I'm gonna do this myself. So I get on this day nap, right? So I get flooded with these comments. And this one dude, handsome, nice looking guy, right? So he sends me a picture, and I'm like, oh, awesome, this is fantastic, So we just vibing, and it's around my birthday, right? So I like dessert. So I said, we have to get together. I said, if nothing but for coffee and dessert. So he's like, cheap date. So he said, I can't do this no more. I just can't do this no more. I need to come clean. So I'm thinking, oh hell, he married. Damn.
Or in jail. Because they be on dating apps and they be in jail. Haven't you?
This Negro, I'm in prison. I said, I was so outdone. I said, wait a minute. I said, are you kidding me?
Yes, because I done had a couple in prison. And then he gonna say he didn't do it.
And then I said, wait a minute. So then the Christian part of me trying to come out, that little girl tried to show up. So the Christian part comes out, and then I'm like, okay, well, maybe he need a pen pal, or maybe I can bless him or feed him in some kind of way, bless. So I said, what you do? Why you in there? So he gets ready to tell me about nobody, did he? Gets ready to tell me about that. And I said, when do you get out? Well, I got about 7 more years. But let me tell you what, this is the part that I was like, dude, don't you never call me again. I'm finna block you. Okay. You should be impressed, because I paid $1,500 to one of these correctional officers, and they snuck this phone in. You should be impressed.
Not to the private detective.
So not impressed. Not impressed. I said, do you understand how disingenuous this is?
Yes.
What future do I have with you and you? I said, do you understand that they got dating sites for people that want to date you? I'm not one of them.
Yes.
Do it if you don't get off this. Girl, what was it? Cupid.
Yeah. A guy inboxed me and we talked for a minute. And then I was like, okay, so now it's time for us to video chat to make sure you're real. Now it's time. And I was like, and then he said, Well, I got something to tell you.
See.
And then when he told me he was in jail, I said, and he said, I didn't do it. He said, I got 14. He said, I got 14 years there, but my attorney just told me that we're going back to court.
Bye.
See you later, son.
Boy, bye. Bye. Toodles and God bless you. Bye.
You know, and the dating apps is crazy. Some of the people that they can appear to be in the United States and they be in East Egypt somewhere.
That too. So let me tell you about the second one. The second one's gonna make you holler. So, girl, fine as frog hair. 6'5", bald, stunningly gorgeous, lived in Oakland, California. So we just vibing, girl, we vibing. He's a plumber, he got his own business, he got his own house, and he came to Atlanta to see me. Everything was cool, right? He said, come see me. So I went to Oakland to see him. So, girl, got to his house. The house was so nasty.
Oh,
I said, Sweet Pea.
I thought you did call it
Sweet Pea. I said, we got to clean up, baby. I can't. I'm not used to this. I said, I'm not even being a diva, and I'm a diva, but I'm not being one right now.
You just got to clean up.
We got to clean up. Girl, the sheets were so nubby that I was like, I can't sleep on these. Because, see, I'm going to wake up with bumps.
So did you go buy some more sheets?
Who? Man.
What? 3,000 thread?
I'm gonna wake up with bumps tomorrow, sugar. Girl, we went to buy some new sheets, but let me tell you the one this is gonna have you on the floor. So everything is cool, right? Everything is cool. So the next day we went to the grocery store. And I like lamb chops. So he bought these delicious, big old, thick, sexy lamb chops. And I'm like, oh, we go. He's like,
favorite.
He's like, babe, I'm gonna cook dinner for you tonight. You know, and I'm like, oh, you know. So we were supposed to go out to dinner.
Did you look at the pots and pans?
Wait,
before?
baby.
Ooh.
So we were supposed to go out to dinner. So he said, no, babe, I want to cook for you. I'm like, oh, this is special. You gonna cook for me. Girl, he come in there and he sliced the plate across the table and it was French fries. Nothing but French fries, a plate of French fries. And I said, didn't we buy lamb chops? Oh no, those are just for me. Those were expensive. Let me tell you what, I couldn't get Delta on the phone fast enough. I picked up my phone, Delta Airlines, changed my flight, girl. I got to call the Uber, and I'm out.
And you ain't talking to him no
more.
Girl,
I looked at him. I mean, I called him everything but baby Jesus.
Well, he was saving the lamb chops for him.
Saving it for him. And then cook me
and you done went all the way to Cali.
Cook me some French fries.
She ain't going back to Cali.
I was just like, you must be on crack. Are you crazy?
Oh my God.
And see, that was a huge red flag. He was like, no, they were expensive. I got those for me. Bye,
he
boy.
Made you some French
girl,
fries.
I got on the next plane moving and got back to Atlanta. Met him on a date now. But see, you don't know these things until you meet these people. You just don't know.
So tell me this: what strategies do you do? Cece says she's scared of dating apps.
I know that's right.
Bedroom therapy.
In Jesus' name.
The best place to meet beautiful ladies is in Dunkin' Donuts. That's where he met me.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Hey,
I love
Steve. So what strategy do you use to keep your personal and your professional life separate? And I know it's got to be hard. Somebody said, okay. I don't eat Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't either. I was picking up something.
I literally know hundreds of thousands of people. I can't travel anywhere. I can be in England, London, or India and run into somebody I know. But my inner circle is very, 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 very small.
Yeah, mine too.
And I surround myself with very positive people because people don't realize the importance of an energy alignment.
Yes, I do.
You have to be aligned with positive people. So
you do.
My circle is real small
and tight.
I don't necessarily need anybody to keep me grounded because I'm so in tune with one, my God calling. And two, my purpose, why I'm here.
Yes.
So if I don't check in with myself and make sure that I always remain humble, I always remain open and approachable, God can't use me. Yes. So my belief system, my spiritual belief system has a lot to do with why there's not this problem with my business and my personal life.
Okay.
because I've learned how to separate the two. I've learned the importance of being good to yourself.
Well, you and I both have this magnetic personality where people is attracted to it.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm
that's true.
so attracted to you. You my Sunday crush today.
Thank you.
Okay, but
I
we
appreciate that.
we had
Hercules,
that, and then
Hercules,
we show all 32 teeth
Girl.
when we smile.
God gave them to me. Praise Jesus. They're all mine.
And I got a little work on mine, but here's my $5,000. I'm smiling.
You cracking me up. Oh my God.
But so sometimes people will, and I know you probably have experienced this, you know, in my short time of doing the podcast. I God had put me in a position, because I'm sitting here with you, and he has put me in position where I'm excelling so fast, and I'm staying humble. I'm scared because it's going so fast, but he put some amazing people in my life. But what about those people that have hated on you? Let's just call it what it is.
Let's just
call it what it is.
Yeah, honey, that thing is real.
Oh.
And I'm gonna keep it real. As a matter of fact, I invited my cousin, so she actually might be on here watching tonight. But when I did the Purdue University webinar, one of the things that I told the students the other day is the key to success is
Monica is dropping some gems. Thanks, BFF Joyce White.
The key to success is that you have to be okay with letting people go. And that means friends and family. Because what I've noticed is I love my family. But there's certain people within my family that have had issues with my success. You know, so what do you do with that?
Yeah, tell me.
You know, there's nothing that you can do with that. You can attempt to bless and buy and give and help and do, and then that only gets you so far. And then after that, what do you have? Because if the only time you hear from people is when they need something, that becomes challenging. So you have to be okay with doing what I do. And I call it bless and release.
Bless and release.
Bless and release. I can love you and pray for you, but I have to bless you and release you. Yeah. And you have to be okay with that.
Yeah. Because God make it sometimes. Thank you. God does things for us what we can't do for ourselves.
Absolutely.
And he will remove people.
Yeah.
And people.
And you got to be okay with that.
But you know, I struggle with it because you know what? I don't want to let go of some of my relationships. Well, I know I have to.
Let me tell you, December 31st, 2024, I always go to service. I go to church. And I said to the Lord, God, the calling that you have on my life, I'm opening up a shelter here in Atlanta for survivors of human trafficking, $25 million capital campaign that I'm in. I said, the calling that you have given me, if there is anybody in my life that is interfering with the work that you have for me to do, remove them and I will ask no questions. Girl, when I tell you, you would have thought a tsunami came through because God was like, oh,
yeah, and that's what happened to me.
When I tell you he got rid of them, he got rid of them.
In July, in January,
I didn't question it.
2025, people just start.
Absolutely.
I like that too, Joyce. People just start dropping off.
Absolutely.
Or they were making it so impossible for me to have a relationship with them.
See, that's God.
Yeah.
And see, but what do I say about the red flags? People will ignore that and they'll be like, well, you know, that's my sister Cynthia.
Bless her soul.
That's Uncle
Bless her soul.
Uncle Lou. Yeah. I don't care if it's Sister Cynthia, Uncle Lou, Sister Mary, Father Joe.
Yeah.
If the Lord shows you that somebody is toxic and not good for you, you have a responsibility to love and protect yourself, your spirit, your future, and your energy.
Absolutely.
You have to.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on now, look at the Bible.
Yeah.
Cain and Abel. One brother wanted to kill another brother because he had done nothing.
Yes.
But he saw his gifts. And his brother wanted to kill him because he saw. And
that's how society is. Or your friends, they see your gifts. Because this is my gift, y'all. I ain't going nowhere. And like I say all the time, Sherry Shepherd, move over.
Girl.
Okay.
You better put it out there. Jesus will give it to you.
And he know it. All right. So what advice would you give to a woman who are interested in pursuing a career in private investigation? Oh, it's a two-part to that.
Okay.
You know I got to throw something in there. But she has a husband at home or a mate that don't want her to do it.
Woo. Okay.
know.
So, first of all, one of the most important choices that you will ever make in your life, I think there's two. One is whether you choose to be spiritual or religious.
Yes.
And your mate.
And your mate.
And if someone is not being supportive of you in your career choice, whether it's law enforcement, criminal justice, whatever it is, you have to take a look at what is the reasoning or the foundation behind their lack of support. You have to look at that because that's important. I could never, ever, ever be in a relationship with a man that doesn't support. And there are men that have a problem with what I do. They have a problem with my travel. They have a problem. I work all kinds of cases: homicide, arson, missing persons, adoption, business due diligence. The NFL and the NBA are two of my biggest clients. So I'm around a lot of men.
Yes.
And wealthy men and fine men. Okay.
Men.
But yes.
my man.
You're so silly. But in my 28 years, I've never crossed that line. You know, usually and I work with the cream of the crop NFL and NBA players. The first thing that I do with them is I sit down with their wives.
Because I think you were getting ready to go to Africa and investigate a young man that was NBA.
We were doing a case. So we were doing a project over there.
Okay.
But first thing I always do is sit down with their wives and their girlfriends and let them know. I don't poop where I eat, darling.
Yes.
Your husband, your boyfriend just retained my services and he paid me a lot of money. I don't mix business with pleasure. You need to know that.
You have to
we all got to be on the same sheet of music where we're working together to build. I'm part of your husband or your boyfriend's support team. He's got an accountant. He's got a financial planner, a manager, an agent. I'm part of the support team. You got to be okay with that because I have no interest in him. Period.
Okay. So the thing of it is,
that's the first thing. And then second of all, women make fantastic private detectives because we
already we got that intuition, that nosiness
we have that intuition.
I can figure out codes to get in your phone. I can figure out a whole bunch of stuff.
Let me tell you what. We have an intuition.
Because God gave us that. He gave a woman that.
When I tell you we can know when something's not right.
Ooh, feel it right.
We don't have to see it. We don't need to see no passion mark. We don't need to see no lipstick print.
We
none of that foolishness. We know when something's
ain't
not right.
And normally when it's not right and you get that feeling, it's not right.
Yeah.
Okay. But special, you and I are, when is your birthday?
October the 8th. I'm a Libra.
My sister.
So, you know, that's the scales.
Yeah. Okay. And you balance.
Everything.
Okay. So, but women like us with our huge personalities, you know, and the work, my work is, and I ain't gonna never downplay myself. I ain't no detective. However, it's got to be a special man who could be with me because I like taking my clothes off. I'm a 60-year-old bikini model. Okay, y'all know I like to have the girls out, and I like to be sexy as I can be.
Me, but I respect you, girl. Okay,
but some men will not be able to handle that.
Of course.
Okay, and just like there's men that would not be able, that's not able to handle what you do. Okay, so how do you become, because we're alpha women, but are you able to be submissive? Because I can be real submissive because I want what I want.
So this is interesting.
Yes.
There's this controversy right now about this word alpha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do, people like alpha means that you domineering. You think
no, it's not. I don't think of it like that.
See,
it's just that we could take control and run. We could handle. We get it done. But we ain't playing.
When you work in my field, where 85-90% of my clients are men, you have to be a strong leader.
Yes. Strong.
You have to be assertive, not aggressive.
Assertive is two different things.
Two different things.
Yes.
Okay. And because of that, you got to be strong as well. Because I'm not going to tell you that men don't attempt to cross the line, because they do, and they will test you.
Absolutely.
And I never, like I told you, I don't ever let business interfere with personal, ever.
Right.
But a lot of times men are intimidated by that atmosphere of, if I'm
Mhm.
telling somebody I'm getting ready to go and I got to meet with whoever,
Mhm.
and this is one of the top NFL or NBA players in the country, they're always intimidated by
Because
that.
they know he big
Because
and
they
good
know
looking.
he's got fine and money and private jets and this
Yes.
and that, and money is not an object. I don't care about none of that.
Mhm.
None of that,
Yes.
because you retained me
Yes.
for specific investigative services.
And women like us are loyal by a fault.
Oh, I am.
We
Very
so
much
we so loyal.
Very
You don't
much
have to
so.
worry about
Yeah.
us cheating. You don't have to worry about, and we will tolerate only for so long, and then you're gonna lose a woman. You're gonna be in that line to say,
That's
you're gonna be
me.
in that line to say, damn,
Yeah.
she got away. That's the one who got
me.
away.
Well, that's what my ex just said
Yeah.
recently.
The one,
I was like,
who got away.
dude, you had 2 years to get your crap together and you didn't.
Yes.
Toodles.
So tell me something. But how do you go get submissive? How do
Okay, so this is what my belief system.
Mhm.
I love when I can trust a man's leadership.
Oh,
Because if
that's
I
so
can,
sexy.
if
ain't
I
it?
can trust your leadership,
Ooh, you can have
then
everything.
that allows me to get in my soft place.
Yes.
Because see, I like that.
I like that
and
soft
I like
place.
a
Don't
man
you?
that could be like, look here. I'm just,
Now we about to.
no, we haven't grown folks talk.
Uh-huh.
Look here, heifer. I know you all of that in the daytime. Sit your ass down.
Sit down.
Sit down.
I like that.
Girl,
That's such a turn on, ain't it?
I be like,
Okay,
ooh.
Daddy. Okay, Daddy.
Love that. Love that.
Hey, look
But-
at our little young producer back here. He is like that.
He taking notes back there like,
Take some
"Ooh,
notes,
okay,
baby."
That's what they like. Let me make sure I do that.
Take some
But-
notes.
No, I like that because see, that's what makes me all soft and mushy when a dude and the guy that I just broke up with,
Mhm.
he knew how to handle.
He knew how
me.
to handle you.
What?
Huh?
He'd be like, yeah, okay, the detective.
Detective.
I know you are, but y'all.
A friend of mine
Sit
always.
your ass down. You at the house now. Sit
Wait a
down.
minute.
And I would love
This is like
loved it.
this is what they say to me. Or is this Tonya, the talk show host?
See.
or this
See.
is Tonya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that.
Yeah,
So see,
I do
I've
too.
had to work to make sure that
Mhm.
I can be submissive.
Yes.
Now, subservient is different.
Yeah,
because
we ain't about to
let me-
just
wait, girl.
Yeah.
So somebody tried to introduce me to this new guy, right? I don't know what it is with these damn professional athletes, girl. So this is what he said to me. He's like, I really like you. I like you, but let me tell you what I'm gonna want from
Ooh.
you.
I'm gonna cover you up.
Baby, when he said, you're going to have to listen to my guidance. And when I say something, you're going to need to do it. I could
Ooh.
not escort him to the door fast enough. What?
Wow.
Dude, I'm grown. What you talking about? You ain't talking to your children.
Mm-hmm.
Your guidance. And what if your guidance going to have me bankrupt in a year?
Right.
Bye.
Yeah, and you know what? It's something like you said.
That's
it is
crazy
something
to
that
me.
is so passionate and sexy about a man who can honestly lead and let you know 100%.
But these
he's
brothers,
there.
I'm telling
They
you.
won't.
It does, and I'm gonna say this to
No.
this audience: color has nothing
Nothing
to do with
with it.
it. Black, white,
Right.
polka dot, Asian, Irish. I'm an equal opportunity dater. Love them all.
That's equal opportunity,
Equal
y'all.
opportunity dater. Love them all.
Yeah.
All of them have an
But just
issue with this
remember-
leadership
But
thing.
back in the day,
what?
you know, when I was married to my second husband, he was such a leader, and he showed it, and he showed that he loved me.
Mm.
He was so this. Anytime a woman or a man came around, first thing he would say, "This is my wife,"
Wow.
and always would put me and say, "She's a wonderful woman." And women would call me or say, "Girl, I seen your husband. All he talked about was you."
I love it.
That was back in the day
I
when
love
it
it.
was like that.
Yeah.
But it's
But you know what, Tonya?
Mhm.
And I think the audience is going to really identify what
Mhm.
I'm getting ready to say. This generation of men that's out here now, they different.
They is. And there's a lot of people want to talk about 50 and over.
They different.
different.
Because our generation, I will give them that they really do understand courteousness,
Mhm.
being gentlemen.
Mhm.
This new
Different.
generation,
Mhm.
these brothers, they
Mhm.
different.
Yeah, but you know what?
And they don't have the same level of respect for women.
Mhm.
They're not as courteous. They're not as kind. I mean, I had a guy the other day. I literally had to say something to him. he's coming out the door. I'm walking through the door, right?
And he just let it go. Huh?
Girl slammed it and slammed in my face. And I was like, are you kidding me?
But you know what?
Because I know you saw me coming through, oh, my bad. I'm like, no, you wouldn't do that if I was your mother.
Right.
So
but the 50
just simple things.
But the 50 and over guys that's rubbing off on them too. You know, they don't want commitment. You can be the perfect woman. And what are you gonna be? You gonna commit? You don't want commitment, and you gonna wait around till you 80.
But you know whose fault that is? Ours. Because women have tolerated that.
Yep.
They have tolerated the disrespect. They have tolerated the lack of courteousness. They have tolerated. See, this is what I tell women all the time. If you have a choice of being single and happy, or being in a relationship or a marriage and miserable, I know more women that will choose to be miserable.
Life.
And it makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Because girl, let me tell you what, I'm so happy, it's ridiculous. I wake up happy, go to bed happy.
I'm happy. I am happy
I have a peaceful life. I don't wake up to no drama and no foolishness because I own 3 companies. I'm on 5 TV shows. I own 3 companies. Yes. I'm busy as crap. I don't have time for no mother's son's foolishness all the time on some foolishness.
Yeah.
If you can't be like, I'm so sick of hearing men say this, and I love y'all. I do. All the men out there, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all.
We love y'all.
But I'm so tired of hearing men talk about, I need a woman to be my peace. Well, doggone it, I need you to be mine too.
Yes, give me what you want.
Oh my God. If you are driving me bananas with your foolishness, how in the world can
I give you peace?
Can I give you peace? And I'm up here giving you peace, but you giving me a whole bunch of drama and foolishness. Come on now.
I'm a peaceful.
What the world?
It's peaceful being in a relationship with me. Because first of all, I ain't gonna let my kids is not gonna be in my relationship.
Yeah,
there is no.
Well, I don't have any to be.
But I have children, and sometimes that might be an issue, But they grown.
Yeah.
But I know people, their kids at home, and they running their people away. My kids is not in my relationship. Right. I do my thing. I'm not needy. Yeah. I don't need you all the time. Yeah. But we still out here.
I know our time is
yes, it is.
Now.
So I want to ask you this last question.
Okay.
How can they overcome potential barriers in this male-dominated industry? How can women come up? And then I'm going to have my final thoughts.
Work hard to deal with any recognized or unrecognized trauma. It's a lot of hurt people walking around, and hurt people hurt people.
Yes, they do.
Deal with your trauma.
Yes.
Get your therapy, get your counseling, work through it. Second, don't settle. Do not settle.
Do not settle.
Trust God that you're going to meet the right person at the right time. And until then, just keep working on yourself, working on yourself. And then when you meet that person, you're healthy and whole. And ready. He's healthy and whole, so you can have a great relationship.
Wow, y'all heard it first, and y'all heard it from Monica Morton. Man, I appreciate you so much. You just don't know. I've been giddy about this ever since you said yes, and I've been like, girl, I done spoke to the highest mountain about you.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes, and hopefully we have a future together.
Absolutely,
because I believe in human trafficking.
Yeah,
absolutely, and that takes me here. As we reflect on our conversation, several things have emerged that are crucial for everyone, especially our listeners over 50, to consider in their dating lives. First and foremost, authenticity is the key. Many of our guests shared how important it is to be true to oneself.
Yeah.
At this stage in life, the mask we wore in our younger years start to fall away. Whether you're a detective solving mysteries or simply seeking companionship, honesty about who you are and what you want is essential.
Yeah.
Now, this is my passion, human trafficking against children. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, an estimated 1 in 7 runaways in the U.S. is likely to become victim of child sex trafficking. The majority of child trafficking victims are girls, but boys are also affected too. Approximately 60% of child sex trafficking victims are girls. Many victims are often between the ages of 12 to 14, but children as young as 5 years old has been reported. The rise on the internet has increased the risk, with many traffickers using online platforms to groom and exploit our children. Child trafficking occurs in every state, with urban areas often being most severely impacted due to higher population density and tourism. Report suspicious activity. If you suspect someone is a victim of trafficking, report it immediately to local authorities or to the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-788. By spreading awareness and advocating for change, we can work together to protect our children and combat this tragic issue. And it's definitely a tragic issue. So I will be starting off my campaign. I'm going to be doing an event in Cleveland, Ohio, June 28th, and a lot of people are coming together to get that done. I want to raise awareness as well as raise funds for it. I'm just at awe right now, y'all. My soul is so happy. Monica, I really, really, really appreciate you sitting down, because you didn't have to.
My pleasure.
You didn't have to. This is one of your blessings that you blessed me with.
Oh,
I appreciate you.
It was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I love you guys, and we'll be back next week. We'll be back with the wedding people that are married, and we're going to talk about, is there hope or is it a joke? I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you.
Yay. Krishan is like, I got all the things I need now.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tonya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tonya R. Lewis.